Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We're going to do a 10-minute overview of Continental Gold. For those of you that aren't familiar with Continental Gold, we are the most advanced development stage company in Colombia, and we are going to be bringing online the first modern-day built gold mine at large scale in the country. We have a very unique asset. Our flagship project is called Buritica. Unique because of its combination of both scale and high grade. So this is a gold system in the total resource categories that's over 11.4 million ounces of gold, plus silver in addition to that, at high grade. You can see our resource table at the bottom of this image, measured indicated grade at over 10 grams per ton, with inferred grade at 8.5 grams per ton. Our reserves are 3.7 million ounces at about 8.5 grams per ton gold. One of the catalysts for the company is we will be updating our reserves by the end of this year or into January, February of next year before production commences. What I'm going to show you about the project is two things. Number one, the construction. It's approaching production. We will be pouring gold in H1 of 2020, so less than 1 year from today. And secondly, I think what makes this asset almost unique, but special for a single asset company is the upside, and I'm going to show you that. And it's not the upside of theoretical greenfield targets. Yes, we have those as well, but it's the upside of the two known deposits. We have drill tested much larger dimensions than's currently in the mineral resource estimate. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Colombia, this is a pro-business country. The challenge of Colombia is security. It is not political risk. Right, and I say that because Colombia has never elected a left-wing government at the national level. So the pendulum swings between right-wing and center-right. Currently, it's a right-wing national government. So it's pro-business. It's got excellent rule of law. And for someone like myself who's operated in multiple countries in Latin America, the level of corruption is much lower than you face in other jurisdictions nearby. Okay, so here's a picture of our Buritica project. The completion rate is slightly out of date. We're at about 65% completion. So what you can see from this image, we are building the infrastructure for the mine in a valley, which is really nice. It's tucked in with mountains surrounding it. It's out of the way and out of sight. And this will be an underground mine, so it will be compact, and tailings will be dry filtered stacked tailings, so we don't have the risk of the wet tailings facility. Okay, so we will be pouring gold, as I mentioned, soon, less than a year from today. Production profile, we will update the mine plan, but we're looking to average somewhere around 300,000 ounces per year, minimum 250,000 up to 350,000 over a 14-year mine life. Okay, we will be in the lowest quartile of cash costs globally and all-in sustaining costs. The reason for that is a combination of high grade, good metallurgy, and in our case, gravity working for us, as I'll show you in a minute. Capital for the project at a plus 10%, minus 5% number is $512 million. We recently completed finance, which we'll look at in a minute. Okay, so this image really explains the project. So now we're seeing a sketch of the infrastructure in that valley, which you can see there, and now we're looking at the two deposits that make up our resource and reserves inside the mountain. The two systems are called Yaragua and Vetasur. They are side by side at slightly different orientations. When I said upside, what I was referring to is when you look at those images, the mineral reserves are in the light yellow color. The drilling has gone down to almost sea level. So those are elevation meters in the scale bar on the left-hand side, and we have drilled down to just about sea level, and we are still in the system. These are porphyry-related veins, very deep-seated, and because we have the advantage of putting our infrastructure in that valley, which intersects the deposits at about the midpoint in elevation, all of the potential upside will be ramp accessible. If it goes deeper than sea level, okay, we may need a shaft, but that's likely going to be decades in the future. 14-year mine life, I think we're comfortable that you could, in theory, flip over the reserves upside down and double the size of the system, with more drilling. Okay, it's in an excellent area, of Colombia. We're 2 hours drive approximately from Medellin on the Pan American Highway. Medellin is the second largest city in Colombia, approximately 5 million people. We have labor in the area. There's in the direct area of impact, there's about 7,000 people, not on the project, but within a 20-kilometer radius of the project, which is great. We don't need to build a camp. It's not remote. We have access to a city, so materials for the project are very easy to access, trades, etc. Okay, so the detailed engineering is now 100% complete. I received that information last night. The underground development, as everyone knows, in underground mines, the largest risk to them is the underground development. It's many times we see mines start up and there's a lack of underground development in place and the companies are playing catch up. We're fortunate that we're way ahead of schedule on the underground development. We've trained a 100% local team for this, all from the municipalities, and it's paid off in spades. We're averaging well over 1 kilometer per month now of development pace, which is really fast. So we'll be completed the pre-production development well ahead of the mine flip coming on stream. Okay, some pictures. So there's another image which is similar to the one you saw of the project in the valley. I move forward. You can see the leach tanks going in and related ancillary buildings. We're in the exciting phase where steel is being erected, so the change visually is material on a day-to-day basis. There's the mill. You can see the building going up with the infrastructure inside. There's the crusher with the conveyor system that recently was just completed, at least the shell. The next phase for the project is another high-risk one. They're all high-risk in construction, and this is where we're going to be, the piping and the electrical goes in. But we've got very good trades on this project, and one thing that we're proud of is that we've maintained our schedule from day one on this project. We haven't had a delay, so we're in good shape. Okay. Underground development, there's over 15 kilometers of commercial scale development already in place, and as I mentioned, increasing by over a kilometer per month. Ground conditions are generally good. It's a volcanic andesite host rock. We bought this project as a small scale operating mine. With it came 7 kilometers of artisanal size development, and so we knew the ground conditions were going to be good before we even started the project. Okay, we've had excellent results in trial mining. So the primary method of underground mining here will be mechanized longitudinal long hole. And so we've had excellent results with much higher contents of gold than estimates when we've extracted trial stopes. Okay, and really the thing we're focused on is not just on the construction. We are an actively drilling company. In this calendar year, we're going to hopefully put in 73,500 meters of diamond drilling. A lot of that is capitalized definition drilling for stope design, but some of that is to prove out the upside of what we call these broad mineralized zones. So within the mineral reserve envelope, with tighter space drilling, we're identifying zones where instead of just having individual veins, we're finding there's a lot of mineralization in aggregating veins together and finding much bulkier zones. These will inherently reduce startup risk for the project and offer potential upside. I mean, it's early days for us, in this BMZ drilling, but we're really excited about it. And so the conservative hat says we'll reduce our startup risk and our operational risk. The aggressive hat says maybe we can talk about throughput rates past 3,000 tons per day ultimately with the project. And just some exciting drilling you can see here, and this is the BMZ1. This is the one we have a mineral resource estimate for. So just this pipe-like structure alone, which you can see the intercepts or some of the highlight intercepts. This is averaging over 20 meters true width at high grade, and the mineral resource estimate, the M&I, is just over 14 grams per ton. So high value, high throughput, and we now have 5 of them. Early days on BMZ2, but again, same type of thing with some wide intercepts at good grade. BMZ3, again, similar structure. And last week, oops, we don't have a slide for it, but last week we announced a new one, BMZ4, on Thursday, which was a brand new discovery. All of that actually sits outside of the mineral resource estimate to the east. Okay, one of the things we're proud of is the strength of our team. So, Colombia does not have strong underground experience. It's an open pit mining country with giant coal mines. Oh, I'm out of time. Is there time for questions?
Sorry, no questions.
No questions. Okay, thank you. We'll be at our booth. We have presentations at the back. Our booth number is B10 if anyone has further questions. Thank you.